first thing I want to say that if someone is going to prepare for any particular job, I think you are not mentioning about specifically any particular job, right? You are just asking about that for any interview. It may be teacher, it may
Any
be
interview. Yeah.
any company as well. So my first
Yeah.
conviction is that the person should possess ample amount of knowledge about the particular field where the person is going to work. After that, confidence matter a lot with the knowledge. Then third thing is that the candidate should be prepared. The candidate should start preparing for the interview at least 7 to 10 days before.
Hello, very good evening, ma'am. How are you doing today?
Good evening, sir. I'm doing pretty well. Thanks for asking. How have you been? How was your day?
Yes, I have been doing fantastic, and my day has been going so far so well. Still some hours left, so I'm trying to utilize these hours for my learning, for my improvement, and that's why I'm practicing here with you.
Thank you. And I'm so glad we are meeting for the second time for this conversation. I'm glad, I'm excited to have this conversation.
Yes, in
And
fact, I'm being fascinated and thrilled in order to have this second conversation because today also I have a very trending and very prominent topic to discuss about.
okay, that's great. We can try to impart our knowledge, right? And before
True.
that, I would like to appreciate you for your punctuality. You are so punctual. I have realized that thing, and I like that quality of you, and I also possess that quality in myself as well. But I have seen some people, they say that okay, I'll be there in this time, that time, but they don't bother about others' timing. Time is important. We should value for our own time and we should respect for others as well. And I appreciate you for that.
Oh, sorry, actually, I got a call. Yeah, please continue. I'll edit
Yeah,
this.
yeah. I appreciate you for that because you are punctual. Yeah,
Yeah, being a teacher, I would say it's your clear responsibility to possess this quality, and that is punctuality. All right. If you have given time to someone, you have to be there at sharp the time which you have decided. Yeah, there
right,
might be some fluctuations, but those fluctuations are accepted if those fluctuations are genuine. All right.
right.
Otherwise, or we have to be on time wherever we have committed to someone.
Yeah, and exactly. Some problem may occur in anyone's life, but at least we can inform, right? Before the time
True.
so that the person can know. But some people I have seen they don't bother. It's okay,
True.
let it be. We should possess this
Yes, that's
quality.
something, yeah, that's something that which is not in our control. We can take charge of our time, our punctuality, but we cannot take the responsibility of others' punctuality and their time, right?
Yeah,
Okay, that's fine. And let's start this conversation. Let's dive into a very interesting topic. And the topic is all about interview. There are many
okay,
people, they're still finding this terminology, interview, trauma, disaster,
yeah,
and it's kind of fear of interview, fear of facing interview, right? So we'll
right.
be discussing about this topic, like how one aspirant can prepare himself for the interview which he is looking for, and he can ensure his selection there in that interview. What are the tips and tricks you are about to share with me that one has to follow in a systematic manner so that he is going to get selection in that interview? So please, you can start from your side first.
Okay, thank you for giving me the opportunity, and I would like to thank you for considering me to answer this question. I hope that I can meet your expectations. Okay. So First thing I want to say that if someone is going to prepare for any particular job, I think you are not mentioning about specifically any particular job, right? You are just asking about that for any interview. It may be teacher, it may
Any
be
interview.
any company as well. So my first
Yeah.
conviction is that the person should possess ample amount of knowledge about the particular field where the person is going to work. After that, confidence matter a lot with the knowledge. Then third thing is that the candidate should be prepared. The candidate should start preparing for the interview at least 7 to 10 days before. Preparing doesn't mean that mugging up. I don't believe about this particular mugging up thing. Rather, we should try to take the concept and practice. There are some basic questions and common questions in all interviews the interviewer asks. So the interviewee should be prepared for those questions. How they can prepare? Now the question is that they can prepare the question answer. After that, they can speak in front of the mirror. They can talk to their family members, they can talk to the friends. After that, they can even record. After recording, they have to evaluate how did they speak. This is the part they can practice. Okay, after practicing, now the thing where they are going to work, they should have the knowledge. They have to find out all the details about the company or the institution where they want to work. Then they have to know about the designation. What are the requirements they want from the interviewee? Because after all, if someone is going to hire the interviewee, they expect to fulfill the requirements for the company or for the institution. These are the first things the interview should be prepared at first. Then now come to the next point. Before the interviewee should have good foods, ample amount of sleep is required. Don't be that much anxious and overconfident. Believe in yourself. Before the interview, the interviewee should prepare about the attire. It is most important thing the interview should know. It should be tidy, ironed, and it should be formal. The color should not be so bright, it should be light colored. If the interviewee is female, she should not do over makeup. Light makeup is okay. We like to do this, right? Yeah. Okay, now be present at least half an hour ago in the interview place, because if there is rush, then interviewee will become nervous. So if the interview can reach the place at least 30 minutes ago, he or she can be relaxed. And one thing I always follow, and I believe and I do that, if I have to talk to someone, I feel that now I have to be prepared. Take a deep belly breath. I don't know whether you have tried it or not, but I do it. And it has helped me. Belly breath at least 5 to 6 times before entering into the interview room. Have some water. And one thing, tell yourself that I am gonna give my 100%. If I get selected, it is great. If I don't get selected, it's okay. There will be so many opportunities will come. Failure is the pillar of success. We should accept it. Then the next point is that if the interviewer asks to sit, it is completely fine. Take the seat. If the interviewer don't or doesn't ask, then please seek the permission before sitting. Okay. Then other points even we have discussed in our previous conversation. communication skill is important. For that, our body gesture. Here, I would say that our body posture, we should not sit, or the interviewee should not sit in a slouch manner. That is important. Maintain the eye contact, hand gestures, keep a or wear a nice smile. But we should not, like, interview should not laugh, right? Everything should be in moderate way. That is important. Now, once the interviewee start asking the question, try to be in the present moment. Be a good listener. No need to rush to answer. Don't jump directly to the question. Listen carefully, organize the thought, then try to answer. And don't fake. Authenticity, I always believe, because they are better than the interviewer. Interviewer are the better than the always the interview. So interview can't make a fool. If someone or if interview doesn't know any answer, he or she can say politely that, sir, I or ma'am, I don't know this answer, but I believe that I can learn it. These are the points interviewee should keep in the mind. After that, whatever the questions they are going to ask, try to answer properly. Don't mug up. The first question they are going to ask that, tell me about yourself, right? And we most of the people have the tendency to mug up. Okay, these are the points I'm going to say. For example, we have to give our resume, right, before the interview. So if they don't ask about the resume, if they directly ask that, tell me about yourself, that means they are not going to ask, or they are not seeking how many children, I'm sorry, not children, like about your personal life. How many members do you have? What do you like to do? These are the things they are not going to ask. They are asking about your strength, about your past experience. What are the qualities you possess? So be energetic, because everyone wants to take the interviewee or the candidates who are enthusiastic, optimistic, and energetic. Then after that, already I have mentioned some questions. For example, tell me about yourself. Then why should we hire you? Then what are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Do you have any questions for us? These are the questions the interview should be prepared. After that, the person or the candidate should be present. He should understand and comprehend well, then just answer. Yeah, sir, I have done.
I like I'm not getting words now. It seems to be like I'm listening to a podcast. I've just clicked on button, play, and podcaster has started speaking. And it was like that much organized and well structured that I was just enjoying each and every single step. Like you have mentioned every single point in a very chronological manner. There is no resistance, no fluctuation, no omission. Everything should like it's literally amazing and incredible. It seems to be like I'm just sitting in front of an interviewer and he's the one who's explaining everything to me that what you have to do when I'll take your interview, okay? Wow, that's really great. I'm being amazed and flabbergasted the way you have explained every single point. Thank you, ma'am, for giving this profound, systematic, organized, and authentic information that how one can crack interview in a very easy and simplest way.
Thank you so much. It means a lot for your kind words. I'd like to thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah.
Most welcome, ma'am. And let me just share my some points of, although you have covered every single thing, but still there are some points that I want to add on it. So yes, whenever it comes to interview, if an aspirant or candidate who's preparing himself for an interview, I'll be dividing interview into three different parts. First,
Okay.
before interview, during interview, and then after interview. Let's start from the first, before interview. What a candidate has to do. First of all, he has to check that advertisement very carefully where he is looking towards the job that he's about to apply for. He has to ask himself the basic qualification, experience they are seeking for that particular job. Do you have all those education qualification? Do you have that experience or not? You have to match your attributes with the attributes they are seeking for. If you find that you are eligible for this job, then only you have to apply.
True.
Second step, once you are very much clear about the job designation, that this is the job which I have to do and this is the company and every single thing you know about, all you have to do now, you have to make a deep research about that company, the designation, the portfolio, the balance sheet, and every single thing. Whatever information you can collect about the organization where you are going for interview, it would be a plus point for you. Why? Because the answer which you are about to give during your interview, you can easily synchronize your answer with their perspective, the information, the data they have in the company, right? And somewhere they can resonate with that. Third thing, now you know that this is the company and this is the designation I have to go for interview and this is the date. Now you have to start preparation. Now, how can you prepare yourself? First of all, the basic thing, resume. You have to prepare your resume.
True.
Make sure whatever you are writing there in resume, all the information should be authentic.
True.
Right? And because if they would find some fault in that resume, they may disqualify you before interview. So you have to, whatever disclaimer you are making there in that resume, make sure all the informations are best of your knowledge, whatever you have, or whatever qualification experience you possess.
True.
Third, the next step is you have prepared your resume. Now it's time to prepare yourself for interview. And as you have mentioned, there are some basic questions. You will find all these questions in every interview. Common questions. For example, your introduction, tell me something about yourself. Why did you leave your last job? What exactly you're expecting from this organization? How you are going to add some value in this organization? Why we should hire you, right? There are some basic questions. I would say it's better, it's good if you prepare your answer accordingly. At the same time, the answers which you have prepared, you have to behave like an interviewer now for those answers, and just think, if you would be an interviewer, after listening these answers, what other questions will come in your mind? What other question will come in your mind that you can, it's kind of cross question. Then you have to prepare yourself for those questions as well. Why? Because that time, if they are going to ask these cross questions to you, at least you will not stuck and you will not fumble. You will be very much comfortable because you have already prepared yourself for these cross questions as well. Right? Okay. For that, I would say you can, if you have a laptop, just make a presentation. Okay, just make a presentation about that and just write it down, every single thing. Just make a presentation, collect data from everywhere, wherever you feel that the data I can collect from this particular resource, like ChatGPT, Google, whatever, YouTube videos. Choose any methodology, but make sure that you're writing something that you know that I have to speak this particular thing over there in that interview. Right? After making that presentation, first try to practice it yourself. Go in front of mirror, as you have mentioned, go in front of mirror, practice. But one thing I want to add on here, when you're practicing, I want you to record your video.
Yes.
Just record your video. Why? In this way, you can easily evaluate when you are giving your interview or when you're speaking, what kind of mistake you are committing, which should not be there.
True.
Slowly and gradually, one by one, you can just mitigate your mistakes which you are committing during your interview time, right?
Yeah.
Finally, if you have someone in your family, for example, your sibling, if not, so any of your good friends, then ask him to take your mock interview. Mock
Mm.
interview. It means he is going to ask the same question which you have prepared for interview. At the same
Mhm.
time, ask him to ask some different question. Whatever comes in your mind, just ask. Right now, you are the one who is boss. You're the interviewer, and I'm here for this job. So, and then record the same video, because talking to ourselves in mirror and when someone is actually taking your interview, there's a
Mhm.
huge difference,
Yes.
right? You can
Right.
understand that where I'm lacking, what kind of mistake I'm committing. Is it all about my eye contact? I'm just doing hands like this. I'm just shivering. If my
Mhm.
mind is going blank to what I'm doing, like all these kind of, and then you have to avoid those mistakes during your interview time, right? That's something. Okay, after that, once you have done with all this stuff, then the day when you have to go for interview, before leaving your home, I would suggest people to check your all the documents,
Mm.
which you are carrying yourselves for interview, that you have assembled all the documents and filed properly or not, right?
Mhm.
Because then there is no point if you are going there and then you just forget one important document at your home, then you
Mhm.
cannot come back and then bring the document again, and then you will go there in interview, right?
Mhm.
It doesn't make any sense. So you have to check there only. Now, second, as you said, your attire.
Mm.
When you are going for interview, your attire matters a lot. The outfit which you are carrying with yourself. You know very well you are going for a job interview, and that's a basic ethic that you have to be formal. Be formal. Just wear formal dress, like shirt and pant for girls are the same way she is having in a formal way, right? And as you said, like no extra makeup for boys as well. He doesn't need to just tie and all, and then clock the digital watch and
Mm.
chain like that. This should not be there. Like the person seems to be a very gentle and civilized, gentle look,
Mhm.
a decent person, right?
True.
Okay. Now, when he would leave his home, make sure that he's reaching there in that interview place before half an hour or 1 hour, so that, as you said, he would feel relaxed. But why I'm saying this, when he would
Mhm.
reach there, at least he can accumulate, or you can say observe the environment, what exactly
Mhm.
is happening around me, about the interview place, right? How people are coming and going, what exactly is going on there, and he will get sufficient time to prepare himself mentally and psychologically,
True.
right?
Yes.
Now, when he is going to enter in an interview room, he has
Mhm.
to knock the door, basic ethics, and he has to ask, sir, may I come in? Ma'am, may I come in? All right, these
Mhm.
are basic ethics. But
Yes.
along with that, I would suggest to aspirant that try to observe every single thing around you. How many
Mhm.
stairs you have crossed, what is the color of the wall, if there is any painting, every tiny thing you have to observe deeply, because you
Mm.
don't know what interviewer is going to ask you. Because there are many interviews where interviewer will ask you that what is the color of wall behind you, and
Mm.
like how many buttons you have in your shirt,
Oh my God.
right? Why they why they are asking these kind of questions? They are not at all interested the number of buttons you have in your shirt, and they are not even interested the color of the wall behind you. But they just want to check the presence of mind.
Present mind. Okay. Yeah. Mhm.
Yes, like whenever you are going somewhere, or you are just taking any project in your hand, or you are being assigned for any assignment. So, how do you take it? Like, how do you assess that project, right?
Mhm.
That is very important. Okay, that basic ethics, you have to ask him, like, sir or ma'am, may I sit or not? All right, like, may I sit? Then they will definitely consult, okay, you can sit, you may sit. And then after sitting, uh, once you will give resume to them, then just try to be calm, right? As you said, like take a long breath, belly breath. Okay, that's something new for me, belly breath, but I know that long breath, and keep yourself calm as possible for you, right? And one thing I would say, he has to understand one thing, that no matter whether he would get selection or rejection, before this
Mm-hmm.
interview, he was surviving. He was eating, sleeping, enjoying everything he was doing. Even though he will
Mm-hmm.
not get selection, he will do the same. There's no change. But again, he has to be very optimistic. He has to understand the power of positive mindset. Because if he would be optimistic and he would be having positive mindset, will definitely gonna improve his confidence level. He cannot touch, he can, because confidence is intangible. But actually, he can feel that confidence because he has done practice. He has done a deep research about the company. He has checked all the basic formalities, and he has at time in the office place, right? So
Mm-hmm.
he would gain the confidence. Now, when interviewer will ask question to you, I would say before answering the question, as you said,
Mm-hmm.
like you have to be a good listener. Again, after listening the question, just try to process, interpret the question.
Mm-hmm.
Why he is asking this question to me? And what
Mm-hmm.
should I reply? Don't reply what you know or what is the right answer of that question. Try to
Mm-hmm.
analyze what exactly he wants to listen from me, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah.
So
Right.
that kind of sense of humor should be there. And then process and then take some time, few seconds, and then start answering. Here, the rules of communications will take place.
Mm-hmm.
We should not speak too much fast,
Mm-hmm.
speak slowly, take proper pause,
Mm-hmm.
organize your thoughts,
Mm-hmm.
and don't use feelers. Okay, all right.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
One very important point I want to mention here, I hope, like I have observed in many English learners, I'm gonna, I wanna, don't know, wanna, don't know, don't use these kind of slangs because that's a formal interview. You have to be formal. During a formal interview, you are not even allowed to use these feelers and slangs. It's not ethical, right? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And for example, if they would ask you any question and you don't know the answer, now don't feel nervous and shit. There are two options. First, I know everyone does this.
Mm-hmm.
Sir, I don't know the answer of this question. Sorry. Okay. Second, I can say, you can say, sir, I'm really thankful that you have asked this beautiful question to me. Though I don't know the answer of this question, but when I'll get back to my home, I'm going to do a research about it and I'll come up with authentic knowledge next time. But still, based on my little knowledge, I want to answer this question. So the moment you are going to speak this, you're going to show your three qualities. First, you have appreciated him. Second, you have directly said clearly that I don't know the answer, right? Then your curiosity, like after leaving this interview place, you are going to research about it. If you don't know something, you are interested to know. Third, you said, okay, based on your knowledge, whatever you have, you want to try. It means if someone will give any project and task to you, though you don't have information, you will not say, sir, I don't know, and I'm not ready to do it. And you will try. These things shows your positive qualities, right? And whenever you are talking to like interviewer, the same things, eye contact, your body moves, your hand gesture, facial expression, everything matters a lot. And after interview, I would say send an email to them to say thanks, thank you, sir, for interview, and I have enjoyed the interview. I have learned so many things. No matter whether I will get selection, rejection, that's apart from this thing, but I have enjoyed. So these are some steps that one interview has to, keep in accounting in order to ensure his selection there in that interview. Here I'm done.
You nailed it. It was marvelous. And I can say that whatever the points you have included, there is nothing now to include. And you have mentioned everything professionally. And whatever I knew, I think I don't know that much professionally, but I do believe in my authenticity. And I just impart the knowledge, whatever I have and I know. So it was great. I can say that. Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am. I would take it as a gratitude from your side. And I hope like our time is about to end. So it was a really nice session with you. I would say this is second session, which I have enjoyed a lot. And it is a very informative, constructive, well structured, well planned, I have enjoyed. Like it's something cherry on the cake, I would say. So thank you for giving your precious time and connecting with me. We'll talk about some other aspect of this language and communication in further connection, like when we will connect in future.
Thank you so much. Even I would like to say that I had enjoyed this session thoroughly. I hope that we'll meet soon and we'll discuss about some different topic and we'll impart the knowledge, whatever we have, so that our audience can get some knowledge from us and they can get some benefit. And in this way, we are also improving, right? Now I can see that
Yes.
that is the thing I can
Yeah.
observe. I prepare myself every day when I make videos. I am improving. And that is the thing I want to tell people, that we are human being. It's okay to be
Yeah.
nervous. Try to learn from your mistakes and just work on it. Don't bother
Yeah.
much. Failure is the pillar of the success. And by saying that, I would like to say you good night and thank you. Yeah.
Good night, friend. Bye bye. Take care.